live from, I don't know where they're, okay, this is Brock Wattweiler. I'm your announcer, and I missed the plane. I missed the flight, so I couldn't be there. So I'm trying to announce Mastication Station from the airport. So there's Tony J Lemmon. He's the host, of course, and Lee Daly, your studio ed. Oh, but here's the important people. Here's a special guest, chiropractor and voice-over impressionist, Dr. James Nill. From the Fort Wayne CW and part-time superhero, Barb Richards. Our house band tonight, spam enthusiasts, Mummified Meat. Our sponsor is the Mom and Pop Popcorn Shop, in business for well over 25 minutes. Popcorn, it's food. And now, all he is dust in the wind, Tony J Lemmon.
Whoa! Hey everybody! Welcome back to Mastication Station. Yeah, I'll put it right there.
Nice.
Welcome! Hey, it's Bring Your Beard to Work night. I'm like,
You brought twins.
am I the only one? Well, welcome to Mastication Station, and I want to let you know I'm kind of under a new exercise, rigorous therapy session thing here I'm doing. I was in the store and I noticed that the Spam can, it's meat, and it doesn't have to be refrigerated. So I'm like, well, duh, when I took it out, there's all this jelly on the outside. Obviously, if it's meat that doesn't have to be refrigerated, obviously this jelly stops time. So what I did was, I went out and I got a body bag. You know, you find them everywhere once in a while at the Goodwill. The used ones are fine, you know, whatever. And I filled it with a 50-gallon drum full of this Spam jelly.
Wait, you put the drum in the body bag?
I emptied it.
Oh, okay.
emptied all this jelly in there, and this is where I sleep at night. And obviously, it's doing a lot of good, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't tell.
You look younger.
I do.
And slippery.
I feel fantastic, and I'm breathing hard from.
Just wondering why your clothes keep sliding off.
Anyway, hey, the Studio Ed is here, ladies and gentlemen. Studio Ed.
Hi, everybody. Hey, we're in Plattsburgh, Chicago, little town outside of Chicago, big town, and we've got about 1,200 guests. But Tony, we are extremely fortunate. We have 3 outstanding audience members who I noticed came in at the last minute.
Okay.
And I had a minute to talk with them, and they are willing to answer a single question that you're going to ask them.
I'm going to ask them
and then
the question.
they're going to have to leave because obviously they're famous.
Special people.
Yeah. So if Cartman can stand up.
Cartman, where
Cartman,
are you?
right there in the back.
There you are. What?
I'm not here.
Okay, there he is. I see him back there. Hey, Cartman, how is Kenny?
Kenny, that guy sucks. I can't stand that guy.
Okay, how about Mr. Hanky? How's he doing?
Mr. Hanky, we get along really well, especially since we moved to Colorado. We actually live here now.
Okay, well, that was fantastic. And now Cartman just left.
Well, yeah, because he's busy.
He's busy.
He's busy. He's
hat and all
doing
that,
a show
right?
in Chicago. Next, let's see, near the front. Oh, there he is. Kermit the Frog.
Oh, there's Kermit. How are you doing, Kermit?
I'm doing well. Good to see you.
So, are you and Miss Piggy doing okay, or is there any issues there?
Well, now that St. Patty's Day's coming up, I think she's going to finally come back to me.
Unless she left him.
I hope so. Yeah. What a
It's
pig.
sad that she left him.
Well, I think so.
How's the show going? Ask him how the show's going.
How's the show going?
We're on hold right now, but we're going to get going again pretty soon.
Well, good. I'm glad that you could show up, Mr. Frog.
Mr. Frog.
Kermit, that's it. And hey, have a good. Oh, there he's already gone.
There you go. See, they had to go. And our last guest, who was hiding, but I just saw him pop his head up with looks like he's got a martini in his hand. Christopher Walken's here.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, there you are. Christopher Walken, what was the latest movie that you're going to be doing?
I can't say. You see, I do movies with my eyes closed.
So, okay, that's oh, he's gone. He's gone.
He's gone. Well, we were honored to have them here.
Yeah.
We've never had celebrities in our audience, ever.
Yeah, we've had a George Clooney lookalike, but other than that.
And that was, I think he came with the last time he did a beard.
Yeah, I think
Family
so.
night at Beard Night Town or something.
Well, have you already told everybody? Oh, our sponsor, I got to tell you, our sponsor, because
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it, is
Yeah.
the Mom and Pop Popcorn Shop. And they've been in business well over 35 minutes. So we're very excited because of their Szechuan sauce. Says McDonald's on it, but we know better.
Right.
Because they're modest.
It's a little soggy.
A little bit, but
soggy.
it's delicious. So the Mom and Pop Popcorn Shop is here tonight giving out free samples, as well as all the celebrities. Our guest tonight, we have Barb Richards, who is from the Fort Wayne CW and Magic 95, and she might do a voice for you too, who knows. As well as Dr. Nill of Dr. Nill Chiropractic Services. He's going to be here to talk about chiropractic. What's the word for chiropractic?
Catodrius.
What?
Catodrius.
He's going to talk about catodrius.
It's Latin. I
Which
think.
means?
He that shall straighten thine up.
I am not thinking that's true.
Well, we could do that fact or crap thing we did before.
I think that was
Okay.
I think that was a fact.
That was-
So we'll be back. Those are the guests we're going to have, and there are going to be some surprises I don't know about, and they're probably not going to happen anyway. So we'll be right back. If you leave, we'll find you. See ya.
Yes. Bye.
Hey, there you are. Hey, lost you for a second. Welcome back to Mastication Station, and we wanted to thank again our sponsor, the Mom and Pop Popcorn Shop. And they have been in business for well over 45 minutes. And if you want to taste the best flavor, which is Szechuan sauce, the Szechuan sauce is the best that you can have for that popcorn. And Lee is here to tell you once more where we're at.
Yeah, we're in Plattsburgh, Chicago,
Yay.
a town outside of Chicago, and we are honored to be in the Foster Brooks Theater. We're a 2-drink minimum. Most of our crew has not returned yet, so we're down to a single camera person.
Yay!
Yeah, but it's a great time, and we're having a good time here.
Yeah.
We've got an audience of my numbers are looking at like about 1,207.
1,206.
1,205.
1,203.
4.
Okay.
You better
Well, we
go.
better stop counting.
Yeah.
Dr. Nill is here, and he is a chiropractor.
Yay,
Would you please welcome?
Welcome.
Yay, David.
This is like a real doctor. We've never had a doctor on our
Yeah.
show.
And I heard that what you're going to do later is you're going to like crack, or not crack, I guess. You
Crunch.
don't crack people's backs, but you're going to show someone how to more maximize their ability to touch their feet or something.
Yeah, you'll. It's going to be pretty cool. You'll just
Yeah.
have to wait. It's called muscle testing, applied kinesiology. And I can turn muscles on and off, and it's kind of.
You can turn muscles on and off.
Yep.
He's going to show us how we can do it with our kids in our class.
Oh, I like that.
Voices.
The mandibular muscles.
The
or
mandibular.
Yeah.
muscle.
Yeah. So, how long have you been a chiropractor, and what got you started in it?
So I hung my shingle in March of 2004. So do the math, count the zeros, so that long. And I was originally going to be a physical therapist, but I decided, you know, at the time it was pretty competitive to get into the schools, and there wasn't as many schools as now. And then I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to just watch people do exercises all the time. I kind of want to get more hands-on. Now, granted, they do a lot of that hands-on stuff, but I was kind of naive at the time, so I'm just like, I don't know. So I just went to the career center at Bishop Lures, and then I looked in, and I was like, ooh, chiropractic, that's kind of cool. Now, I've never been to one before, so there were some alumni from Lures that were, Dr. Mangovan actually was a chiropractor, so I went and shadowed him for a little while, and he did some stuff on me, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I mean, it was pretty cool. So, and then I found out a chiropractor can do the manipulation along with physical therapy exercises and do diagnostics and treating. So I'm like, all right, let's check this out. So, lo and behold, chiropractic schools were all by themselves. They weren't in with other schools at the time. Now they're kind of getting more pronounced for that. So I went to chiropractic school in Chicago, in Lombard, Illinois, National University of Health Sciences, and actually it was a really challenging, way more challenging than I thought. I was used to like cramming for tests, and then once I got up there, I'm like, okay, different ball game. So we need to hammer down and actually turn the TV off and actually study like all the time. So I pretty much turned everything off. Nobody talked to me. Didn't hear from anybody for about 2 years, and hammered down and did my studies. And what do you know? I decided to come home, and I came back to Fort Wayne, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to start my own practice, because I was at that time, I'm like just out of school. I'm like, I know more than these guys. No, I want to do my thing, and they're not doing it right. So I'm like, I'm just going to start my own practice. So I decided to do that. So.
So you're still practicing. Are you ever going to do it for real?
Yes. That's it.
So I heard a story about how when you were young, something happened to kind of get you spurred on to be in the medical field. What was it?
Yeah. So I kind of knew, like maybe my sophomore year of high school, that I wanted to be a chiropractor, and so in the summers, I had a construction job. So I was working for, actually it was Schermeyer Construction at the time. And we were trying to move, we're doing some demo work in Glenbrook, and I had a big piece of glass, and I was helping a guy move it, and then I just kind of hit the edge of it, and all of a sudden the whole thing just broke. And,
ouch.
And like a couple pieces went right in here. Now, so they sent me down to the Workman's clinic downtown, Workman's comp place, and so I went down there, and I got in the room, and there was this crowd of just tons of people. So I got in there, and I was like, gave him my name and everything. I was like, oh, by the way, my grandfather is Dr. Nill, John Nill. And so I was like, I don't know if it matters or not, but I turned around and started walking back to, well, there wasn't a seat. I was actually just going to stand in the middle of the room. All of a sudden, I hear my name being called. Granted, the guy that was a doctor at the time was a really good friend of my grandfather. So I get back there, I start laying down, he's just shooting a breeze with me, and then pretty soon I get my arm up like this, and he's starting to inject me. Granted, the guy's pretty old. And,
was he shaky?
Well, at first he was pretty steady Eddie, you know, at first. He was really steady, and I thought, okay, this is great. And he starts going, oh, Jamie. Now, granted, back in the day, chiropractors were over here and medical doctors were over here. Now they're more close in the middle. So at the time, it wasn't a well-known.
The Capulets and the Montagues, maybe.
Whatever.
That's a literature. Yeah.
So anyway, so he started asking me what I wanted to do, and at this point, he's really starting to do the stitches. And I was like, well, I was thinking about being a chiropractor. And all of a sudden, he's like, did you know that chiropractors practice on animals and they're not real doctors? And I'm just like, okay, I won't be a chiropractor.
Be a fireman.
So at that point, I was just like, just waiting for the stitches. But I mean, granted, the scars are still there, and I just think about that story, and it just cracks me up.
Yeah, so that's a really good way to start.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would think.
Well, I stuck with it, and here I am. So
I think Lee has a question.
Well, I was just thinking, so you're standing in line with a bunch of workman comp people, and you're obviously bleeding out. You know, move me to the front of the line before I drop another pint.
Yeah.
So it was dropping a pint, not dropping a name. Because I thought it was name dropping. So it was
Well, that was my backup plan to get in front of mine. That's like,
Just start
bleed
bleeding
on people.
What are you going to do, bleed on me?
So is there other hobbies that you have besides working on people's muscles?
besides doing the chiropractic
Yeah.
stuff and what I do on in the real world, I dabble with different impersonations. I do some stuff like that.
So I heard one at the beginning of the show. I think I thought that was you.
No, that's those three guests that we have.
Oh, that was
But
right.
they've left
Okay.
since your
It
introduction.
wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't him.
It
It
wasn't
three
him.
actual guests
Okay,
that we have
okay.
that
Oh.
here that are in the Chicago area.
Okay.
It just happened to coincide perfectly with our show.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
No, I had read that the good doctor is a history buff.
Oh.
Civil War kind of looking for case shells and swords and hats.
So it's mostly
Very small
What
rocks.
time period?
Well, I Civil War mainly. I like to do stuff. Every time I talk to him, we always-
The United States Civil War,
So-
or the ones
yes.
that are going on right now?
the United States Civil
Oh,
War,
okay.
yeah, 1800s. So
Okay.
I would say I definitely any kind of movie or anything out there, any kind of historical fort or stuff like that. I love to I just kind of get into like reenactments and things like that. So
Have you ever taken part in a reenactment?
actually, no,
In
but
public? In public?
no, but I remember one time I was up at the Angola reenactment they had up there, and I was standing next to this guy, and he was in character, and I'm like, what in the heck is this guy doing? And he's got this big spyglass, and he's looking around. He's like, "Oh, just putting down things to try to say what was going on and this." And I'm like, what the heck? Is like, I'm from England. I'm just an observer. I was like, oh my god, this guy's hilarious,
Now, do you do those impressions or anything, or the voices or anything like that when you're working on people
Oh, once in a while I do.
to distract them?
Yeah. Actually, my biggest one is so if somebody, like, sometimes you get those robocalls that come
Yeah.
in and everything like that. So a lot of times I'll see a phone call coming I'm not familiar with, and I was like, "Hello there, Chuck.
go over
What are you doing today?" And they're like, "I'm here to talk to Jamie Nils." "Oh no, he's not here right now." Yeah, I was like, "What in the heck?" Hello again, and I was just like, "Oh well, if you want to talk to him, he's in the leave right now. If you want to get him, I'll get him if you want to." So that's the kind of things I do to mess with people when they call.
That's almost a full-time job right there.
Right.
It's just messing with robocalls, and hey, we won. Yeah. Do you think you can handle a challenge? Because
Sure.
I don't know if I have been able to do it very well, but
Nobody has.
I have to cheat to win, so I haven't cheated yet, so I haven't won.
No.
You could say that again, darling.
Yeah. So I'm going to read a sentence that will make really no sense.
Okay.
But it actually does make sense if you put it all together, throw out the phonetics, and add in your own Chinese language.
Okay.
Right? So your first one is, "Dares hum thinner bow chu." I think that's American Indian.
Say it again.
Dares hum thinner bow chu.
Dumb's hinner thou bout the bout.
Dares
Am I
hum.
supposed to answer to?
Yeah, whatever.
There's
Dares-
something about you.
Oh. That's it.
There's something about you.
Fist
Whoa.
bump. Fist bump to the man. Okay, let's try another one, because I got to...
guarantee I probably
That
won't
was
get one.
weird
Okay.
that he got
All right.
that. "Thou sundial undressing." That's nice.
The sundial undressing?
"Thou sundial undressing."
Thousand Island dressing.
Thousand Island dressing. Yeah. Tell him what he's want. Ding, 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 and the bonus round.
Mama pop.
Well, Mama's about popcorn.
Okay. One more.
One more.
Tiebreaker.
Okay. Ooh. Ah. Okay.
They're definitely 1,000.
8 elk hater. 8 elk hater.
8 Al Qaeda.
It's not Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda. 8 Al Qaeda.
8 elk hater.
8 Al Qaeda.
8 elk hater.
I'll take a tater.
I think that's it.
I'm thinking of there's an elk hater and there's some obviously.
Is it Michigan?
The clue is this is a popular activity at college games.
I'll take a tater.
Pre-game activity.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, something about a kegger.
No. The back of a truck is called a
tailgater.
tailgater.
I think I'll take a tater.
To a kegger.
Dr. Nill is here. Would you welcome and thank him? And we'll be right back after this.
right.
Thank you very much.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have your life held in the balance by a 15-year-old driving student? Shh, keep driving. Well, wonder no more. Order your copy of A Blunderful Joyride, Memoirs of a Driving Instructor, on sale now at Amazon.com or in your grocer's freezer. A Blunderful Joyride. Like it on Facebook, love it at Amazon.com, read it wherever you read things.
Hey, oh, there you are. Hey, we're back. Welcome back to Mastication Station. Dr. Nill is here, and he's going to work on Barb Richards. She is our victim patient, whatever.
This is going to be very, very cool.
Yes. So, would you please watch and see the awesomeness of
It's almost like a magic show, really.
chiropractic work. It might be a quarters landing.
Rabbit
All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to show how I can turn muscles on and off, which is pretty much what we're doing with chiropractic.
And that's the science behind being
That's pretty much the science behind
Okay.
it. There's an example of turning muscles on and off. You might have seen in the Olympics. They put little tapes on your shoulder and stuff like that.
I've always wondered what that is. I think it's decoration. Apparently it's not.
So what that's doing is it's actually turning muscles on and off. So if somebody has like tendonitis in their shoulder, it's actually neurologically overfiring. So what they're doing is they put a piece of tape here and stretch it a certain way. It neurologically turns that muscle off a little bit, and then they turn the opposite muscle on. So what that's doing is it's counterbalancing to both sides. So that way they can move their muscle without.
I had no idea. That's amazing.
Everything we do in our bodies is neurological, just kind of like everything that's in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a demonstration. So what I want you to do is don't let me pull this arm out. All right, now put your right foot forward, and don't let me pull that arm out.
Wait, I can't.
All right, put the right foot back.
What
Don't
is
let me
that?
pull it out. And I try to put the right foot forward again. So what's going on here is we're actually mimicking walking. So when we walk, this arm, when that right foot, this arm is actually
I'm going
going to go like that.
Because
So
I keep my balance.
that's right. So our flexors are actually firing, so our extensors should be turned off at this point. So that's what I'm doing is mimicking that kind of action. So
That's weird. That's very cool.
yeah. Another thing we can do is we're actually going to stretch your hamstrings without actually touching your hamstrings. So let's
Okay.
go ahead and try to touch your toes. And you can see she's going about that far down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate your abdominal muscles. Go ahead and try to do it again. And look at that.
Oh, that's amazing.
And if we keep doing that, you can actually, let's do it a little bit farther.
Okay.
I know, it's just kind of uncomfortable to push on these points.
Could you fold her in half?
Go ahead, touch it again.
Oh my gosh, I'm almost there.
Yeah, so
Wow.
what's going on is that our bodies and our brain wants our pelvis to be upright when we walk. So what I'm doing is actually taking pressure off our hamstrings, because some of us, not saying you, but some of us,
Men.
well, these guys over here,
Tony.
Could be me.
our stomach muscles aren't firing properly. So when we walk, our hamstrings are taking most of the breath. So you go to the gym and everything, and all our lives we're like, need to stretch. Like that one thing at the presidential award or whatever in a gym class where you touch your hamstring.
Yeah.
If I would have known this ahead of time, I would have just cheated and went like, goop, 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 and then touch my toes and be like, woohoo, presidential award.
And is that an argument for keeping your core strong?
Yes, that's a huge argument for doing that. So
Remember that, Tony.
It's
Core,
also an
strong
argument
core.
for not walking.
my grandpa always says I do one sit-up a day, and then when he gets up in the morning.
All right.
So-
Well, who know that Mastication Station could be so educational? We'll be right back.
The other one, which you want to have.
Yeah, but I want to know.
Hey, welcome back to Mastication Station. And as usual, our sponsor is the Mom and Pop Popcorn Shop, and they have been in business for well over 45 minutes, and we're really proud of them. And they have a new flavor called Szechuan sauce.
Very good. It's not as good as their soy sauce flavor.
Well, it's very exciting nonetheless. A little soggy, but it'll get you a long way. So, with us tonight is Barb Richards.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, say hi, everybody.
Hello, 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 hello.
Barb Richards is here from the CW.
You could say that
local
again,
TV
Daly.
station. So, what is it like to run a TV station? I think everybody wants to know that.
Yeah, well, so I've never done it before, so it's like kind of like a guessing game is what it's really like. Yeah, so my job sort of exists because of an FCC guideline.
Okay.
And so when the purchase went through of channels 21 and channel 33, we understand that the FCC governs the channels. Yeah. The network affiliation is different. The FCC said that a company could only own one channel in every market. And you know, the FCC is it's always been consciously aware of a monopoly of not just advertising dollars in a market, but also news content and other programming content. And so, you know, that's the FCC's job. So, so this company still wanted to purchase these two and keep them somewhat together. So the owner of 21, Quincy Broadcasting, and the owner of Sagamore Hill Broadcasting that owns Channel 33, they're both really good friends. So that owner called that owner, and they reached a deal, and we have a shared services agreement. So we get to share offices with 21, and we share some of the billing and some of the administration, some of the production and that kind of thing. But we're actually two separate companies. I like to say that we play in each other's sandbox, and at the end of the day, sometimes somebody goes home crying.
Or sand in weird areas.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah.
you have local stuff, and you also have the national. What's like on the national and the local stuff?
Well, so this is a little bit different. With the CW, if you're in this size of a market, which is what they call 100 plus, or I think we're 111, but don't quote me on that.
Get that down.
I got that.
Quoter.
111.
You have to take everything that the CW sends us. We don't have a choice. So, like Wish TV down in Indianapolis, or the ones in Cleveland, Cincinnati, they can pick and choose. They can choose their own daytime programming. We sort of have to take all of it. We have a few hours that are available to us for paid programming, like this, and you.
I've heard of it.
They have to take us, Tony.
Oh, and I think her therapy bills for taking us on.
We're like ER patients. They have to take us.
I think she's still getting therapy for taking us on.
Well, no, you know, we had a purpose. So.
Oh, good.
So, but we do have some flexibility, like I said, in some of the paid programming, and I'd like to remove some of that paid programming and replace it with shows like yours that have some entertainment
like
value.
ours, yeah.
that has some entertainment value.
Entertainment.
I find your show entertaining.
Yes.
I know that might question people that know me may go, what? You're off the wall, you're fun, you're sort of a Johnny Carson sort of format, you know, and so, and you're local.
Yep.
And I want to be local. You know, we were charged with creating a TV station and creating local content, doing something, building it from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know, to have the chance to build anything today from the ground up is fun and exciting. Right. And, you know, we really don't know what we're doing, so we're just faking it, and we're doing pretty good at it.
I think there's some T-shirts there. We don't know what we're doing, and we're just faking it.
Yeah, probably, right? Yeah, then maybe we should change that slogan to Dare to Defy. But we are now a very strong staff of 3 people, strong, full-time, and we're all women. We didn't make it that way, but my boss is fond of calling us the Wonder Women of Fort Wayne.
Oh, there you go.
And that's something that we like being called the Wonder Women. We work hard. We really do work hard at trying to create this TV station and create a local footprint and get the station involved. All 3 of us are very dedicated to the city of Fort Wayne. We love the city of Fort Wayne. Well, we've been at a lot of events. I know we've ran into you guys at events.
Sure. And we're okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Wait till you get the bill.
Try not to hurt.
Yeah.
You know? We are girls.
I mean, you're doing Facebook Live stuff with local businesses.
Yeah.
You're at an antique store one day. The next week you're at like a dog grooming place. I mean, you do a whole bunch of that stuff.
This week we were out at Scan. They were doing their brown bag lunch fundraiser. You know, so next week we'll be down when they announce the series for the Full Year Theater. We have events coming up. We'll be out at Jefferson Point with our superheroes for Easter, and we've got the Michiana Wine Fest coming up, the Mommy, Mary, and Joseph Comedy Festival, and
we can
so
get
that's
tickets
been
for
fun.
all those.
Pardon?
We can get tickets for all those, right?
You bet you can.
you were
Online,
row-
just follow the website.
I think it says nosebleed seats.
Yeah.
It's under that segment, yeah.
But, you know, there was no local content before we started, so we created the local content, and we created names for it. We grabbed people that we knew from the community that have turned out to be just wonderful. We just have assembled a wonderful cast of characters, as we like to call them. We created a contest guy. You know, we've been contesting on the air and during prime time, and so we have Rusty, our Dare to Defy, Dare to Win guy. He's funny. He does a great job. Everybody does a great job. So I'm really proud of what we've done. We've only been at it for about 20 months, and we're going to keep at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you do, besides this, you do radio.
I do. I'm still the midday personality.
Does
on
anybody
Magic
out there, do you
95.
recognize her voice?
I think you should have the audience close their eyes
There you go.
and then have her go into a spiel.
Yeah, like the weather.
And raise
the
your
drive-in
hand
weather.
if you recognize her voice.
People used to sometimes follow me, like in the grocery store, because they'd be going, I know that voice. Where do I know that voice from? I've had a wonderful career with Magic 95.1. And great stories out of the radio station. I like to remind people, especially women broadcasters, or women that want to be a broadcaster, that my first 3 radio stations, I was the first woman that they put on the radio side.
Wow.
Shocking.
Yeah.
But women had to somewhat fight to get their voices heard. Our voices are being heard really well now.
Yeah.
Don't ever lose your voice again. That's how we affect change. Look at what the kids are doing from Parkland.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they've really found their voice, and we're listening. We're really listening. So.
Yeah, so you were telling me about, I don't know, you didn't tell me at all, the funny story of what happened while you were on the radio. It was like a call-in or something like that. What was that?
So the really funny story has to do with the Magic Man on the street. So
Okay,
this was
that's
several
what it
years
was,
ago. But we were one of the first radio stations that put a morning show guy out on the street. We had such a good time with it. Again, you know, you don't know what you're doing when you create something, and you just throw things out, and you hope that some of them stick. And it's the same philosophy we're doing at the CW. But anyway, so we had him out, and we decided that we'd play a little practical joke. So it was opening day of fishing season.
Oh, okay.
And if anyone knew Magic Mark, love you, Mark, he was not a fisherman. So anyway, we got him in a boat in a lake, and we had a really good friend who was part of the DNR. Who came out to the boat looking for Mark's fishing license, which of course he didn't have. The DNR guy arrested him.
Oh my God.
So all this is playing out in the air, and you hear him going, no, you know, this is just, no, I'm sorry, you don't have a fishing license, you're out fishing, I've got to take you in. Oh my, he was so upset.
Goodness.
We're roaring with laughter back at the
Did they
TV
have
station, at the
to
radio station.
bleep stuff at all?
No.
That's good.
Mark wasn't, Mark never did that. But anyway, but when he got back and found out, when we spoiled the surprise on the air, he was not a happy camper.
I'll bet not.
I think we all got called into the boss's office.
I'm not sure if is anybody that's a camper happy? I don't know.
I don't think so. I was expecting you to hear something like the Fort Wayne Fire Department scuba diving under, grabbing his line and yank him right out of the boat.
Then there was the time that we fixed the $1 million scavenger hunt. He'd go in and it'd be like, you know, just rare, you know, really easy things to find, and then that one hard one, well, we planted that one really difficult one, and you would, and so they pulled it out, and he's like, I think maybe you won $1 million. Don't really know. I'm not sure. You just hear it in his voice. We had fun radio days.
Well, that sounds like you've had a really good time doing all this media stuff. I think it's pretty
it's been
cool.
fun.
All the stuff you guys do with the community and all that.
Yeah, it's
That's
been
great.
fun. I hope that through the years I've been able to affect some local change. I hope that we've been able to do some good and be involved with some great nonprofits. And, and you know, I think you know, Fort Wayne's a great city and getting greater by the day. And yeah, we've really seen a lot of great growth going on, you know. And I grew up here. I mean, literally 50% of my, well, we moved away for a little while, but when I came back in radio, I spent 50% of my career life at Magic 95.1. Then this one just came along, and I was like, why not? Let's go build a TV station.
Why not? Who doesn't?
Yeah,
Right?
Channel 33. And you know, it wasn't lost on me when we changed, and you know, so it went from 21.2 to 33, and so I did a Facebook Live, right? And it literally was the engineer going,
Oh,
done.
that's cool.
But it wasn't lost on me the heritage that 33 has in this market, you know, for very, very long long history. So I'm the first station manager of the CW of 33, and so I've taken on our history and our legacy. And
that's great.
Yeah, you know, you think somebody has to do that. So 30 years from now, somebody will be doing a story, right?
Yeah.
There'll be a movie,
Time capsule.
museum, time capsule. There you go. It'll be a great idea.
Yeah, I think
Great
so.
idea.
You
Anyway,
can
we
start
love
building
having
it.
the show on the CW.
That's
Thank
great.
you guys. It's a lot of hard work. You take from your own families to do this. All the volunteers over here at All Access, you're giving them yourselves.
There she is. There they are. Here
You're wonderful human
Whole
beings.
crew spent
They
the
do
night
know,
last
really.
night.
You know,
I should
and
probably meet them.
this
Hotel
is what
one.
makes us a great community.
Yeah.
It's people like you.
I hope our wives are watching. Mine's no.
Mine-
Ours make us do this to get out of the house.
Yeah. She has to have this, you know, just go. You know what I mean? She just go do something.
with your little friends.
Come back in a couple hours. and-
Really, because I usually tell my husband, like, go paint the bedroom or clean out the garage or do some yard work, but rarely do I say, go hang down with the All Access group.
Be a, you know, build a TV station.
Media is a fun. This is all very.
It
fun.
is. It's a lot of
showbiz,
fun.
baby.
Yeah.
Showbiz.
Yeah.
Showbiz.
It's glamorous. We got green room. We got everything here. And Szechuan sauce. Are you ready for the challenge?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We were trying it
sure.
earlier, and we had absolutely no
luck.
clue at all.
I don't even know if I understand the game, but let's go
He's
for
going to
it.
read some. Lee's going to read something, which in and of itself is a challenge.
Yeah,
And
because it's half of the word. Okay.
then what he says makes no sense, and we're trying to make sense of it. And the only person that really can do it is our camera operator.
yeah, so no
So-
yelling in from the camera
Marcia, the
Well, I
operator.
think
Right.
I'm all in for the camera.
Yeah, I think she you know, you'll be ready, camera.
If they don't get it in 30 seconds, just feel free to shout it out.
Oh, hey, there you go. She shook me.
Try 15
Shook the whole
seconds.
camera. It's like an
That makes
earthquake.
sense.
Feed it in my ear.
All right,
Let's
I'm
go
ready.
Metric on it.
Ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? All right, here's your first one. Call fibber ache.
Call fibber
Call fibber ache.
Call
Finger
Call
eight.
fiber ache.
Fiber.
Call what?
Call fibber ache. There's
Call
no
fibber ache.
line over the
Right.
I, so
Call
I'm thinking
fibber
it's
ache.
short
Call
I.
fibber eight.
Call fibber ache.
Fibber eight.
Call fibber ache.
Fibber eight.
Call fibber ache.
Call if a break.
Call if a break. Is that your guess?
That's my guess. Call if a break. What's your guess?
I have no guess. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Coffee break.
Coffee break. All right.
Fibber?
Okay, that we're gonna play for a tie.
That one was terrible. All right, I think you'll get this one.
You really need the other game I was telling you about that we had in
yeah.
the Magic
Yeah,
Studio for a
where you
while.
get
You need
shocked.
that one, yeah.
Well, the winner gets mom and pop popcorn.
The winner
shop,
gets the packet of
Good, 'cause I didn't
soy
eat before I
sauce that you
came.
got from KFC last night.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Own lethal only.
Only the lonely.
Fascinating.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Well, that one
Fist
was
bump. Fist bump. Fist bump. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
1-0. And the last one.
Hide hen tickled wins. Hide hen tickled wins.
Hi-ho.
Hide hen tickled wins.
Hide hen tickled wins.
Hi-ho. Hi-ho.
I think that's like a cat house in Vegas. Hide hen
I was
tickled
just there isn't any.
Hide hens. Chicken ranch. They sell
Tickled
chickens
wins.
there. I don't know what
Tickled
you're
wins.
thinking, Tony.
Hide hen tickled wins.
Hide hen tickled wins.
Isn't that little guy? You have to guess his name.
No.
Oh, it's
I don't.
Rumpelstiltskin.
About,
Hide hen tickled.
does that have anything to do with beer and hot wings?
Hot wings.
Ooh. No, it doesn't. Hide hen tickled wins.
A hide hen tickled wins.
Think Schwarzenegger DeVito.
Oh, twins. Something about twins. Tickled twins.
Identical twins.
Oh, identical twins.
Hide hen tickled wins.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like a foreign language to
That
me.
was awesome,
This
though.
is probably one of Tony's worst games.
You know, failure is a wonderful thing to watch on TV. Well, everybody, thank you. Thank Barb Richards for being here. Oh, they're clapping.
Yeah, I'm going.
Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you
We'll
so
be
much
right
for
back
having
after
me.
this.
Barb, thanks for coming.
Hey, welcome back to Mastication Station. That was a fantastic show, I thought.
I thought so too.
I thought.
We had amazing guests and
Yes, and chiropractic work and voice things.
special guests in our audience.
And all the popcorn you can eat
Oh my gosh, but
I'm
that
full.
Szechuan stuff is it's good for
It
about
was
one bite
to die for.
to die with
Yeah.
if you ate it.
We are here in, where are we at?
We're in we're just outside of Chicago, a little town That's starts with a P. I
Yeah,
can't.
Pyorkadork. I think is
York,
the-
Piano Town. I have it in my notes.
Yeah, I think we're going to wrap this up early tonight because of that.
We're gonna get stormed and burned again.
Yeah. So
right.
we are. You can email us if you want to. After all that,
Nice things, only nice things.
What is thy bidding?
Put it
my
above.
master?
Put it in the mid tree, mid
there,
of the.
here it is. Mastication Station at yahoo.com. Mastication Station at yahoo.com for any quips, humorous vignettes, any questions, recipe swaps, or
sarcastic vignettes.
vignettes. I like that. So
Yeah, that's my new word for today.
we want to thank our
vignettes.
guests for being here, all the things they did before the camera and in front of it. And we will see you next time. Oh, where are we going to be at next time?
Well, we're in the Midwest now. I think we're going to go south.
We have just now, actually.
Well, we tanked big time. Yeah, so we need to get out of the Chicago area before the
Yes.
rioting begins.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm thinking somewhere in the
It
Alabama.
is riot season.
Between Alabama and New Mexico. Somewhere
very
in that
specific. I like that.
Grand Canyon, maybe. The Grand Canyon, they have that Indian thing where the glass where you can walk out
Right.
and see your
we
death.
should broadcast right there.
From your death. Camera down.
As we're going. Yeah.
But that'll be
All right.
fun.
Well, we'll be back next time. Just look for us in any media outlet you can think of, and any that hasn't been invented yet. So
Yeah, that's right.
we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye, everybody.
Little electronic devices.
You did it, everybody.
Round of applause.
You could say that again, darling.